Now, have to keep in mind God's sovereignty over mistakes, even when we do make mistakes sometimes. And that's the thing. Don't just take that for granted. Like, even if I make a mistake, God could fix it. God may fix it, but there's still going to be a consequence to your action.
Yeah, your action.
There's still going to be something there that you have to go through because of your action. Yes, God can bring you up out of that thing, but you're going to leave with a scar. You're going to have a scar some type of way. Now, covenant integrity. That's something else that we learned tonight. Covenant integrity. Keep your word, even when it costs you. You might make a deal with someone, then come to find out, oh, well, you don't really benefit from that deal. You need to change the deal. Honor the deal that you made. That was your mistake. That was your bad. You shouldn't have been so quick to speak. That's why you make a bunch of promises to people. I can do this, do that, do that, do that. Then when it come time to do it, you don't feel like doing none of it. Well, stop telling people you're going to do all that kind of stuff then. Now you got to come back, well, I'm tired. No, you better get your mind up and go do all what you said you were going to do. No one put a gun to your head and make you offer all that kind of stuff. And some people do that out of being nervous. They don't like to tell people no. So you just make a whole bunch of promises that you know when you saying it, you ain't going to keep. The second that you finish saying it, you figuring out, now how am I going to get out of this? Man, you don't be so quick to sell that kind of stuff. Now, we also went over divine power and authority. God controls nature, time, and outcomes. We also went over judgment and holiness. God judges sin, but justly. So, let's see the big picture. The big picture connection. The heart of this message was in Joshua 9, there was a failure to seek God. But in Joshua 10, we see that God still gives victory. But like we say, it's not going to be without consequence. So, what does this mean? Your failure does not cancel God's purpose. Many of us have made mistakes, went astray, went off course of God's plan. Our failure does not cancel God's purpose, but it can and will complicate your path. It will. God can still carry out his purpose with you, but if we're not listening, if we're not obedient, if we're not hearing his voice, it will complicate your path. You may still get where you want to go, but he may take a 40-day trip and turn it into a 40-year one. Y'all know what I'm referring to. That's the children of Israel in the wilderness. That was a 40-day trip. They ended up spending 40 years in that wilderness. So,